Welcome back to Modern Homestead Alaska. This is part 2 of me getting ready to head out of town, and I wanted to just share with you a few things. We're going to get an update on the calf and some outside stuff, but what I started my day with was actually getting all those soups and things from Souping with Friends on trays ready to go into the freeze dryer. And then I also started cleaning out my freezer so that I had space to pre-freeze trays again. And what I like to do is throw everything that's kind of pre-packaged in these big Costco size packages, and I pop them into smaller, more usable containers, and it makes it easy for me when it is time to do a bunch of meal prep. So I hope you'll join me today as we get in and finally actually head out of town. Craziest part, I need to get packed up. However, Aaron is home early, and the reason he's home is I called him this morning and I said, you are never gonna believe this. There was so much rain and the temperature is so warm that the pile of gravel that I had delivered that we couldn't get to during the cow, getting the barn done, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it had froze. Our neighbor had to chip it so that we could even finish around the barn as a windbreak for the cow. With a bobcat, our tractor is not strong enough. It's 3 loads, 3 semi-loads, or dump truck loads, if you will, of gravel that was frozen in the path where we do snow. So Aaron is home. It's still normal day. He leaves here at 4, 5 in the morning, somewhere around then. It literally feels like it's September out there. So let's recap. I have dishes done, everything put away, all of the food that would be leftovers that run the risk of my family not eating them because I'm not here to tell them what to eat, and they just go and do their own thing. Wyatt's out of town with wrestling. Cody's at work until 11 o'clock tonight. Like, the whole thing just makes it really, really difficult. Caleb obviously doesn't live in here anymore. He lives at the cabin, but he comes by a lot. He's the best at grabbing anything he can find out of the fridge. And Aaron and Cody are the best at taking leftovers for lunch. Anyway, I got all of that done. Oh, and I went down and got this out of the freeze dryer. You were here. I made this split pea and ham soup, and then I have this getting ready. I will package all of this up. I tried a banana bread in the freeze dryer. We'll see how that turned out. And then I did some sweet corn. That's like air now, but I wanted to store this in like a half-gallon jar and just be able to pop that in soups or things like that later. This is going to go in our emergency kit to go, and I'm gonna go help Aaron outside. Crazy couple of days. I did get 15 jars of the chicken bone broth, completely canned. It's completely cool and ready to go on the pantry shelves. I'll get that put away. So out of 3 whole chickens, I got 15 pints of chicken broth and made 2 entire soups that had enough leftovers that each soup made 2 trays for the freeze dryer, and mine's a large size freeze dryer, and one made 1 tray for the freeze dryer. And then I had so much leftover chicken, which we're experimenting around here with freeze drying things. We've talked about that before. So I did manage to get 1 entire tray of chicken from my homegrown chickens onto a freeze dryer tray. All of them are gonna be fine. They're just pre-freezing. I'll get to them when I get home next week. No big deal. It'll all be set and ready to just pop into the freeze dryer. And then, so 2 entire soups with leftovers, 15 quarts, and chicken for the freeze dryer. That is massive. And then I use the leftover bones. I just grind them up for dog food. I didn't do that this time. I normally do. I'm sorry. You can't always get to everything That's where the no shame idea of my kitchen comes from. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes things get wasted, sometimes it all goes swimmingly and according to plan. But when you're racing out of town, I need to get all the things I do that I'm responsible for, because they work super, super long hours. Wyatt's back to sports today. He wrestled his very first wrestling sport thing, anything, since he broke his back. We never thought we would see him wrestle or play football or basketball or baseball or any of the things again. So praise God he won. It's not about the winning as much as just seeing him, to see him out there like athletically moving and able to, the fact he can walk and that he's alive is so over the top of a blessing. But then to like see him fully go back to his life is just, whew. So with all the stress of the homestead, there's always beautiful gratitude to be found. Aaron's already nailing it out. I have to deal with chickens and a cow. I've done morning chores, but I need to, it's gonna snow. It's gonna snow while I'm gone. At least that's what the weather says, but right now it feels like September out there, August, September-ish. So let's head out, do some work, and get ready to go. Is it bad? I thought, can you move, at least you can move some of it? It's so bad, you guys, because this is where we push snow in order to get to the chickens. And I had it set here because, I'll just speak up, because we need to do some work here in order, and then everything loops around by the cow, and then by the cow, cool, cool, super cool. Get you some fresh straw. we've gotten a bunch done with the chickens, and I need to head over and deal with the cow. But on the way, I noticed some knocked over stuff by the garden, and I did walk over here and move these planter buckets out of the way of where we're going to plow the snow this winter. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Peaches. Hi, princess. You want a treat? You want a treat? And that. Boy, is she so cute. Here, Peaches. Treats. You're not even eating them. She's just licking them. Here, baby girl. Come here. Come on. Peaches. Come. Put them in your treat bowl. Hey, Pumpkin, you look beautiful. Hasn't she just grown so much even in the last 2 weeks? Bert, she's not happy with that choice you're making. Aaron went over the weekend and tried to get a round bale feeder before we opened this round bale so that this didn't happen. He did put it under the awning. It's not getting any rain, no mold, all of that. The only round bale feeders we could find literally cost half the price of the barn. So they said they would have the normal round bale feeders. That also, the crazy part is she's so little and so short that like the ones we could find, the bottom was really high and she would have to reach over. So we just want like a normal round bale feeder. We free feed because it's a cow, not a horse. You free feed them. And, or at least we always free fed our cattle, and it's just a good mix hay. Then we throw some flakes of Timothy. Obviously she's getting some sweet feed, and to help, she has a salt lick here, as well as a mineral tub. The mineral tub has like some molasses and some vitamins and a whole bunch of nutrients in it. And all that has to be kept if you do have animals like this here in Alaska. They do have to be kept out of the rain and the snow because the salt lick from the moisture would just be stuck to the ground. The mineral tub, same thing. The hay, we keep it under cover. But she has this beautiful breezeway, but she does go out into that area. It will all become lush, beautiful. But here we go. Here's what I have to get done today. I'm going to clean up the poo and just pile it in a little corner. I know that sounds crazy, but that way when Aaron's ready, he just takes down panels and will shove it off into the compost, which is down yonder. So I do need to pick this up because the more I can get up before it freezes to the ground, the better we are all winter. But isn't she beautiful? I thought you guys would enjoy an update on Peaches, Mama's girl. Why are you so pretty? Or the cutest cat in the whole world. You want some grain while I clean? Yeah, whoop him. Tell him, don't be getting by my back feet. Don't be getting by her feet. Are you best friends yet or no? She doesn't play. She comes hopping out of the barn and it's so hysterical. She just, Berto wants to play with her. He's not trying to attack her. He literally wants her to play, but they're trying to learn what play is for the both of them. So we don't let Berto in here with her unless we're out here with him. And then he is slowly learning what gentle play with another friend is like. He plays with chickens. We have a chicken that will jump back and forth ironically and play with him. That's hysterical as well. Let me get to clean it. If you were curious what I was hand feeding her, it's these wild berry treats from Alaska Farm Supply, and they literally smell like roses and raspberries mixed together. Like, they're pretty fantastic, but they're full of like vitamins and herbs and stuff that she likes. And so I'm just trying to hand feed her, as you can see here, and just really trying to turn her more into a pet. Our cows, our beef cows that we raise, they're not like pets to be exact. We had a few that really loved being loved on, but for the most part. But this, I will have an interpersonal relationship with her every single day once we start milking. And so part of why we got her as a calf, we wanted to build that relationship now. And so I just get some treats, lots of healthy things. She has nothing in her, like no vaccines or any of that. So she's completely natural, organic little calf here. And so we're gonna decide what's best for us and our homestead as far as all of that goes. But I do want to promote good health in this little sucker while she's just growing. It'll be obviously her first winter, and then winters here get really harsh. So learning to hand feed is a personal relationship we're trying to build, and then all of these things that we are doing for her and giving her are for her health. Now, for real this time, let's clean up. I'm assuming if I videoed you couldn't see. I got all the poo out of the barn, and then I have some straw here that's just broke open. It was a little frozen. Hi, Peaches. And I did do a new layer. I wish you could have seen that. She just hopped. So the chickens are part of this hay mess here. The funny part is, since we got this hay bale, the chickens have almost quit eating the food that I leave them in their barn, and they just come out here and eat like seeds and stuff and pick out the cow's food. So I'll throw them like handfuls of the sweet grain as well, but they're pretty funny. Look at my rooster. Isn't he fantastic? He ended up beautiful. He is a lavender Orpington, and he just learned to crow, and it is the worst sounding crow of any of the roosters we've had. So she thinks she's a dog. You a dog, Peaches? You a dog, Peaches? You speak cow? How do you moo? How do you moo? How do you moo? Meh. Meh. And some Timothy? Yeah. Tear it up, make a mess, huh? Tear it up, make a mess, huh? Everything I just finished is kind of gross, so I'm gonna jump in the shower before I do the freeze-dried things, pack my bag, and we're gonna head out. I don't know if you can see me. Blue, blue, blue. Here you go. We made it. We made it to town. I'm gonna babysit little Blue for a little while. Aaron and Cody are competing really quick. Go figure, on the way to the airport. They said it'd be 30 minutes. Hold on. You have a puppy who knows who his mom is. I am not her. He could hear her voice. And now he can't. And so this is us. Baloo! She's coming back. She's coming back, buddy. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise, honey. She's coming. Yep. Say bye to the people. Say bye to the people. Hey, thanks for joining us today. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell, you'll get notification. Thumbs up and comments all help our channel to grow. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Don't we?